Have you ever met someone so calm, so kind, so composed that it felt unnatural? Not because they did anything wrong, but because something felt off. Jung would say, that feeling isn't paranoia, it's instinct. What if the most dangerous people aren't loud, aggressive, or obviously cruel, but the ones who believe they're incapable of darkness at all? In this video, we're going deep into the psychology of Carl Jung to uncover the trait that marks the most unpredictable kind of person. You might start to see someone, or even yourself, in a way you never have before. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There's a moment, and if you've felt it, you'll never forget it. You're in a conversation. The person across from you is polite, articulate, maybe even kind. Nothing they say is wrong. Nothing they do seems off. But something deep inside you whispers, don't trust this. It's not paranoia. It's your psyche picking up what words cannot mask. Carl Jung believed that the human mind is not just reason and behavior, it's layered. What we present to the world is the persona, the mask. But behind that lies the shadow. Every emotion, impulse, and truth we've been taught to reject. And here comes the twist. Jung warned that the people we should fear most are the ones who don't even know they have a shadow. They act kind, not because they choose kindness, but because they've buried rage so deep they can't even feel it. They speak of morality, but only because they've never confronted their capacity for cruelty. These people believe they are only light, and that belief makes them blind. They can justify harm as help. They can destroy with a smile. And when they hurt you, they'll say, I was just trying to do the right thing. That's not virtue. That's repression weaponized. And the truly disturbing part? They'll never see it. Because to see it would mean facing the shadow they've disowned. So the question becomes, how many people in your life are... Think about the parts of yourself you've been told not to feel. Anger, ambition, need. What did you do with them? You didn't erase them. You buried them. Jung warned that what we push into the unconscious doesn't die. It waits, and then it evolves. The moment you decide, I'm not angry, but you are. The anger doesn't vanish. It grows teeth in the dark. You say, I'm not jealous, but your voice tightens when they succeed. You say, I'm not afraid, but your hands shake when no one's watching. Repression is not control. It's amnesia with consequences. And here's the twist Jung gave us. What is not made conscious will be lived out as fate. The more we refuse to see something inside us, the more we end up acting it out, blindly. That's when the real danger begins. You sabotage the relationship without knowing why. You lash out at the wrong person at the wrong time. You attract chaos again and again. And you tell yourself it's just bad luck. But it's not. It's your unconscious writing the script. The part of you thought you buried is now running the show. So here's the deeper question. If you don't choose to face your shadow, who or what will take your place when it chooses to emerge? It's easy to spot someone who's openly cruel, but the real danger is the one who says, I'm only doing this because I care. Jung called this the illusion of moral superiority, and he feared it more than hatred. Why? Because hatred knows it's dark, but moral superiority believes it's light. And anything done in the name of goodness becomes justifiable. Manipulation becomes protection. Control becomes concern. Cruelty becomes tough love. And here's the twist Jung warned about. The more someone believes they are purely good, the more likely they are to unconsciously act out their shadow. Because they've buried it so deep, they don't even know it exists. These are the people who gaslight without guilt, who guilt-trip others and call it teaching, who destroy your confidence and say it's for your own good. And the worst part? They genuinely believe they're helping. That belief, not malice, is what makes them unpredictable. Jung believed this was a form of spiritual blindness, the refusal to reflect on one's own flaws, because the mirror might crack the image of perfection. But all light casts a shadow, and those who deny theirs eventually cast it on everyone else. So when someone claims they're always kind, always good, always right, pause. And ask yourself, if they can't see their own darkness, what are they truly capable of in the name of the light? It's easy to recognize cruelty when it's loud. When someone yells, mocks, or threatens, the threat is obvious. But the real danger is when harm wears the mask of care. I'm only doing this because I care. Those words sound gentle, protective, even noble, but behind them sometimes lies a terrifying blindness. Carl Jung called this the illusion of moral superiority, and he feared it more than hatred, because hatred at least knows it's dark. But moral superiority believes it's light, and anything done in the name of goodness becomes justified. Control becomes concern. Guilt-tripping becomes guidance. Cruelty becomes tough love. And here's the twist Jung warned us about. The more someone believes they are purely good, the more likely they are to unconsciously act out their shadow, because they've buried it so deep, they don't even know it exists. These are the people who gaslight without guilt, shame you and call it help, diminish your self-worth and claim it's for your own good. And the scariest part, they truly believe they're helping. That's not evil. That's repression weaponized. Jung called this a form of spiritual blindness, a refusal to reflect because the truth might crack the perfect image they've built. But all light casts a shadow, and the more someone denies theirs, the more they cast it on everyone around them. So the next time not everyone who's dangerous is aware of it. That's what makes them dangerous. When you bury your darkness, it doesn't disappear. It waits. Jung warned that the unconscious is not passive. It's alive, and if you ignore it long enough, it starts living for you. You'll smile when you want to scream. You'll say yes when your soul says no. And you'll hurt others in ways you promised yourself you never would, while convincing yourself you're still the good one. That's not virtue. That's self-deception. Jung said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Because to accept yourself means facing the rage, the envy, the fear, the parts you thought made you unlovable. But here's the twist. Those parts already drive you, unless you take the wheel. The shadow you refuse to face doesn't go away. It just shows up as bad luck, or toxic people, or emotional outbursts you didn't mean. It will ruin relationships, sabotage your work, destroy your peace, not out of hate, but because it's desperate to be seen. So here's the final question. Will you keep pretending to be only light, or will you finally turn around and ask the shadow what it's been trying to tell you all along? Maybe the darkness you fear in others is just the part of yourself you've spent your whole life avoiding. Jung never asked us to destroy the shadow, he asked us to meet it. Because until you know what lives beneath your smile, you'll never know who's really speaking through your words or making your choices for you. So the real question is not, am I good? But something far more difficult. Have I dared to see who I am when no one is watching? And do I still claim that self as mine? If this journey into the depths of the human psyche stirred something within you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Carl Jung Mysteries and tap the notification bell so you never miss a revelation. Every week we uncover more hidden truths about your mind, your soul, and the strange world you live in. This isn't just a channel, it's an awakening. And you're part of it now.